Thank you so much for sharing this moment with us. I just want to take a quick moment to say thank you to the Earth Island Institute and the Young Leaders Initiative. A hopelessly inadequate thank you, but thank you nonetheless, and especially to the amazing staff who really put the hard work and the heart work, the labor of heart, the labor of love that they really put into crafting this whole experience, and it's really been unforgettable. I just want to say thank you to them. I'm the one up here, but it's really all about the project and the amazing community and the people that are working on this project with me at the Toxic Soil Busters. You saw Matt up there. He's been one of my great mentors, and it's really feels unfitting that I'm up here, but it's just to remember that I'm just the facade, the face, and it's really the architecture that's being built by all the amazing people, by my coworkers and friends and mentors there at Toxic Soil Busters. So thank you to them. You know, I get a lot of reactions when I say I'm from Worcester. A common one is, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And I don't know. I don't know what they're talking about, because it's the city I love, it's the city I grew up in, it's the city where I know people on every block, and it's what makes me passionate about working for them. Sometimes it's hard to understand the broad scope of these environmental policies, but if I see them really with the people that I'm talking to every day and the people right next door, it brings it home for me. That's what makes me passionate anyway. I don't know what stokes other people's fires, but that's what gets it for me. I just want to talk a little bit about youth. I think a lot of times, I don't know, from my experience going out and talking with youth, doing outreach, connecting with people all over the country at conferences and meetings and places like where I could talk to Tanya and exchange ideas and get that cross-pollination between people doing similar community, deep resilience work. There's a lot of issues that are thrown out there about the youth are disaffected, or the youth are violent, or the youth aren't up to the challenge of taking on this mantle of social responsibility. And I think that a lot of times those issues are looked at in a vacuum, or have very almost facetious causes linked to them, like video games, and really specific things like that. And really looking at the whole system, that there is a real war on youth being waged outside of these powerful communities that we're trying to build supporting youth, that they're being attacked in schools, that they're being drugged, that they're being made to conform, that they're being crushed under the weight of standardized testing, and that everywhere they go, that their opinions are devalued, and that the energy that they represent is seen as a cute afterthought or something to be tacked on. And that's why I really appreciate the Earth Island Institute bringing the work of youth center stage and saying this is a voice, this is something that can carry us into the next 100 years. When I first joined Toxic Soil Busters, I was just looking for some way to get a job and to work and to contribute that wouldn't just end me up in another fast food joint or another dead-end job where I'd have to listen to a boss tell me what to do and really beat down my individuality in the way so many youth have been forced to do, even in the youth unemployment epidemic that's happened in the recession these past few years. And then what I realized was that it wasn't just an opportunity for youth leadership or youth mentorship or one-on-one, that there was a deeper understanding to be gained here. And that really started when we started looking at charts. For example, I saw a map of the city of Worcester, and you see all these red dots, and you can't help but see that they're all clustered right in my neighborhood, in the predominantly people of color, low-income neighborhood of Maine South. And those red dots are incidents of children with high levels of lead in their blood that were found with unbelievably high levels in some cases. We talk about the safe level of lead in the soil is 400 parts per million, 400 parts of lead per million parts of soil. We see it upwards of several thousand on a regular basis all over the city. And it amazes me that even in the middle of this environmental crisis, really, it's hard to see the effects of lead long term, but it really is a crisis in a deep sense, that even in this place that's plagued by brownfields, we see that kind of coming together, that it's not just me, that Worcester really has this connection of groups doing all this different work on really building community power, not just looking at broad issues, not just looking at small issues, but saying, hey, let's bring this broad understanding of the world into connection with the work we're doing right now. I just want to say one last thing. A couple of thank yous to my mother for keeping me grounded even when I start to flow away, as you saw me do just now. And of course to my father, who's here tonight, for reminding me that no matter how analytical or how perfect your understanding of the world you think can get, you're nowhere if you don't listen to your heart and listen to your sense of humor all the time. So thank you very much.